Texas Governor Greg Abbott is strongly defending his floating border barrier in the Rio Grande that has sparked controversy and raised humanitarian concerns. 4 Republican governors joined Abbott in Eagle Pass, Texas, just moments ago to survey the 1,000-foot barrier of buoys. The barrier is part of a state effort called Operation Lone Star to deter illegal border crossings, but critics say that it threatens migrants' lives. And tomorrow, a federal judge is set to decide whether to order the removal of those buoys. NewsNation's Jorge Ventura joins us now live from Eagle Pass, Texas, with the latest on all of this. What's the latest? Are they going to keep them? Do we know yet, Jorge?
So, Brian, Governor Greg Abbott doubling down on his decision on deploying that marine buoy system in the Rio Grande. So that buoy system isn't going anywhere. And actually, Brian, as we're speaking to you right now, we have a group right now actually stuck in that sea wire. We have some migrants they're stuck in. They're getting assistance from Texas DPS. But Governor Greg Abbott essentially making the argument today, saying that Texas was forced to do this because the federal government has failed their job in protecting the Texas border. So far, Texas has spent over $5 billion in their border security with Operation Lone Star. And those 4 Republican governors that joined Abbott today have actually all deployed National Guardsmen from their state down here to the Texas border to assist officials with the influx of illegal crossings. But listen to what the governor had to say today, doubling down on that decision on the marine buoy.
25 governors in 25 states, half of the states of the United States of America are banding together to step up and secure a border that President Biden has abandoned. But allegations that the buoys had drifted toward the Mexico side. And so out of an abundance of caution, Texas went back and moved the buoys into a location where it is clear that they are on the United States side, not on the Mexico side. If you look at the treaty between the United States and Mexico, that treaty specifically references buoys as a device that can be allowed in these waters between the United States and Mexico.
And Abbott making it clear today that that buoy system is not going anywhere. And we have that first hearing tomorrow in Austin, Texas.
I'm just curious, Jorge, we're looking at video of the buoys right now. I mean, what makes them so dangerous? Like, how are they actually dangerous to migrants?
So the argument that immigration activists are saying and Democrats here in Texas are saying that essentially by having that barrier in the middle of the Rio Grande, that it would block migrants from the opportunity to reach American soil and then seek asylum. Now, the DOJ is making the argument that the state of Texas did not get any federal approval to place that marine barrier there. Now, there was a survey taken by a binational agency with the U.S. and Mexico that did find that the majority of that buoy was on the Mexican side of the river, which would then technically violate a water treaty between the 2 countries. Abbott did confirm today in today's press conference that crews have already moved down there. They've already moved that buoy back to the U.S. side. But for some context for our audience, Brian, that marine buoy is only about 1,000 feet long. So we're talking about less than 1% of the border between Texas and Mexico is actually covered with this buoy. But those arguments are being made that it's inhumane, barbaric. Those are the words that Texas Congressman Joaquin Castro used earlier this week.
Yeah, it's a good point you make, Jorge, because when we zoom in on the buoy system, it looks like it covers the entire river, but it's really just that one portion. It's interesting. We'll have to see how this plays out tomorrow. Jorge Ventura, thank you so much for your report. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.